What's up guys, it's Naff here. It's been a while now since I've actually uploaded a progress video that wasn't just me bossing, and today I hit a pretty big Ironman goal of mine, so I thought I probably should include this in my Ironman series. So I finally reached 80 smithing and 80 deviation, giving me access to Invention. I decided to put the time into getting these so I could augment gear, and in particular the new tier 88 gear I recently got through Revenants and Bounty Hunter. So after going through the Invention tutorial, I started dismantling my junk and Invention tab. So this tab has pretty much been building up for the lifespan of this character, having a lot of old armor I no longer use and skilling supplies I kept, such as unstrung bows and general questing junk. Now the questing and cosmetic junk that doesn't dismantle for anything isn't going anywhere, but I do have tons of things that I am going to be dismantling. So after some time of dismantling, I did hit 20 Invention and unlocked the ability to make these skilling outfits. This is another thing I was pretty excited about getting access to. The outfits in general are alright, nothing too special, but they're decent enough that you do want to use them. I was especially looking forward to getting the shark outfit, which is the skilling fishing outfit. Now this is because most people on main accounts have it, and it has made fishing rocktails pretty annoying because I'm one of the few people that usually don't have it, and I find myself constantly being attacked by living rock creatures. Surprisingly though, I didn't even have enough fragments to make all of the outfits. I thought after skilling for so long and passively collecting these fragments I would have enough, but I guess not. So after dismantling my bank, I was ready to make augmenters. I noticed that it said I could only make one, but I was hoping this was just because you could only make one at a time. But no, I quickly realized I did need more enhancing components, which after a quick Google comes from jewelry mainly, and it's easily gotten through Slayer rings for Ironman. At this point I realized I forgot to make my Slayer rings. On the rare occasion I would actually buy the daily enchanted gem stocks in anticipation for when I unlocked Invention. So I did begin smelting gold bars so I could make 1200 Slayer rings, and after about 2 hours I was done and went back to make the augmenters. Also keeping on top of all of these new Invention plans as I have been leveling, currently at 23 Invention, and through learning these plans I do hit 24 Invention. So I'm now ready to make my augmenters. I yet again realize I can only make one and see that I need more powerful components now. So after another quick Google I found out that summoning pouches were a good source of powerful components. And luckily for me, when I was getting 88 summoning, I kept all my pouches because I was never sure if I wanted to alch them for gold, trade them in for shards, or dismantle them. So obviously that decision was made up and I was going to dismantle a lot of them. So I had a lot of pouches I could have dismantled, but I mainly just got rid of the Crimson Charm ones and a lot of the random pouches I had. I may dismantle the Blue Charm pouches in the future, but for the meantime I did not need to. So another hour passes and I'm through all the pouches and ready to augment my gear. Finally having no issues, and I was actually able to make the augmenters, and then I tried to make some divine charges and noticed I could only do 5. Now at this point I only thought charges were required to maintain augmented gear, so after a quick look I can finally find the superior tier 88 gear and realize I need divine charges just to put the augmenters on the gear as well. So back to dismantling. Luckily simple parts are pretty easy to come by, as I have over 20,000 maple logs, so I decided just to dismantle them and stock up on a lot of simple parts. So after a few hours I decided to stop at around 4,000 maple logs remaining just in case I need them in the future. As I began making divine charges, I did quickly realize that the energies that I'm using, Lustrous, which required 70 deviation to collect, don't make too many divine charges as I would have hoped. Although it was kinda hard to tell because it would only let me make 10 divine charges at a time. But I did quickly realize I wasn't going to have enough divine charges to augment my 2 pieces of gear, so I augmented my Vesta's longsword first and headed off to collect brilliant energies, which are the level 80 deviation energy. So after about 2 hours I decided 10k energies was enough and came back to the workshop to augment my Vesta's chain body. And finally there we go. Pretty happy, although I'm yet to even make gizmos for this stuff, so when I'm AFK training and editing in the future I'll probably be collecting a lot of energies and dismantling if I do need more parts, but I'm yet to actually look into what gizmos will be best for my Investor's longsword and chain body. And one other thing I really wanted to do since reaching 80 smithing, after all the God Wars Dungeon 1 I've done in the past, I've gotten a fair few hilts. The only one I'm actually missing is an Armadale hilt, so I was pretty keen to make my own God Swords, just for keepsake. So it was a little complicated. I can't say I've ever done this even on a main because, to be frank, whoever makes God Swords? But there we go. Pretty happy to be able to add these God Swords to my loot tab. I may even find use for the Saradomin God Sword special attack when I'm doing Slayer, if I can ever find the time to do Slayer tasks again. But that is it for this one. As I said, I'm probably going to be spending a lot of time collecting energies and stocking up on invention supplies, so it isn't a hurdle in the future. I'm also going to be looking into alternatives for an offhand with my Vesta's longsword. As of right now, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be getting an offhand chaotic longsword and also possibly a corrupted defender, which is a upgraded dragon defender tier 70, which has gotten through barrows, because I want to do some Vindicta pretty soon and want a decent shield as well, as many of you guys have suggested I should use. So that just about wraps it up. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Iron Man content, and if any of you Iron Men out there have tips to managing invention supplies and keeping on top of components and divine charges without it taking a ton of time, leave it in the comments because I'm sure there's a lot I'm missing. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.